Sir, may I know what is BLS and CPR?
BLS is nothing but basic life support, in which we won't use any medications or any equipment. We'll just support the respiratory and at the center the compressions. We'll give the breaths and the compressions. That's the basic life support. CPR is cardiopulmonary resuscitations.
Okay.
We used to receive a lot of patients to the emergency department with history of unresponsiveness over 15 to 20 minutes of time. We start the resuscitation and we get the a heart back and BP will be improved, but there won't be any movement in the body. And even after 24 hours, even after 48 hours, there won't be any movement, and we'll declare it as a brain dead. Why this is happening? During that 15 to 20 minutes, there won't be any blood supply to the brain, and other vital organ is the heart. So with this loss of blood supply to the brain, if there is no blood supply to the brain over 1 minute, there will be 1.9 billion neurons will be affected. That's how the complete brain damage will be there. To overcome this, we need to identify as early as possible the patient is in cardiac arrest, and you need to initiate CPR. So somehow you will maintain the perfusion to the brain and the heart. That's how it will be helpful to initiate CPR in cardiac arrest patients.
Okay. And what steps we are going to follow in CPR?
So when you are approaching any unresponsive patient, first thing you need to see whether the scene is safe or not.
Okay.
Make sure that scene is safe. If not safe, you need to move the person to the safe area, and you need to assess the response of the patient by tapping on the shoulder very hard. If the person is not responding, some medical emergency is there, you need to go for the help, call for help, and then assess whether the patient is in cardiac arrest or not. There is no pulse, there is no breathing, you need to initiate the CPR.
Okay. What is the correct way of performing CPR?
Yes, if you apply proper, if you do proper techniques of CPR, you can improve the survival of the patient. By you need to place right or left hand. Better is the heel of the hand should be in contact with the sternum, central bone. That will lower 1/3 of the bone. And you need to push deep, 1/3 of the chest you need to compress, and 30 compressions and 2 breaths. You need to continue this cycle. 30 compressions, 2 breaths is the 1 cycle. You need to give 5 cycles over 2 minutes.
Okay.
And rate 100 to 120 compressions per minute you need to maintain. You need to maintain the rate, and you need to maintain the depth, and you need to recoil the chest compression also. While compressing and at the center you need to recoil. This is the correct way of doing the CPR. If you do it properly, you can improve the quality of the patient also.
Okay. What should students and teachers know about performing CPR at school, and how they can be calm in an emergency?
So in any emergency, whether it may be at the school or in the community, be calm and assess the patient, whether the patient is responding or not. As I said previously, you need to follow the basic lives of the things. Assess the patient and don't be in panic. If you are calm, you can do first aid very quickly, and you can save the patient in some instances, and you can decrease the morbidity also. First, you need to assess, that's all, whether the person is responding or not. If the person is responding but still drowsy, and if his sweating is there, you can just elevate the legs, both legs, and see for some time. If he's not responding in between, is not responding at all, call for help and do basic life support steps. Check the pulse, scan for breathing. If pulse, no breathing, then you need to start the CPR. If pulse is there, breathing is there, you need to do few basics first aid. As I said, elevate the limbs for some time and see whether he's responding or not. If any breathing difficulty is there, put it in the upright position. And if the kid is on any nebulizer, give the nebulization. And if the kid has any medical issues, if the parents inform before you need to have those medications at your school. And if nurse is available, she can tackle those emergencies at the school level.
Okay. Thank you.